Hello, everybody. My name is Alejandro Ortiz, and you are listening to a Random Gamers Corner. And I am well, joined by Brock from Outcast Podcast.
Yes, I'm here, ladies and gentlemen. How we guys doing? How you guys doing? Your host here was on the That Said podcast. I just released the episode today, so yeah, it's good to return the favor and come on here and discuss what Alex has going on for us today.
Yeah, so be sure to check out that episode. That one's pretty funny. But yeah, today for this topic, finally getting back into gaming because I know some people have probably been waiting for a while.
Exactly, like Tyler Sampson says, God, video games are awesome.
They sure are, and it's good to get back on topic. So, here's the premise, or however topic you like to call it.
Right.
What if you woke up one day to find out you're the owner of a gaming company of your choice, and then you have control of what you can do with it, whether what games you want, or what franchises or studios you can buy from other companies, and if just like what will you do? Like, what will be your actions like for certain things, like for online memberships and such, like all that kind of stuff. So, you want to go first, or you want to like hear me go first?
You're a host, man. That's totally up to you. And then don't we have like a special? Don't we have? Didn't Colby send you a his take or whatever?
Yeah, he did.
We could always start off with his, and then we can go into us. But it's totally up to you.
Guide. Oh yeah, good point. Like sometimes I was like, oh yeah, I'm the host. But all right, we'll start with what Colby had to say. I would want to wake up as CEO of the Pokemon Company, assemble a giant team of devs who made Gens 1 through 5, and make a Pokemon game consisting of all regions, 64 gyms, 8 Elite Fours, all legendaries, original plot lines for each region, all the characters, everything. Starts in any region of your choosing. However, my twist is the evil group in every other region you don't select wins. So once you complete your starter region story, you have to save the others before you play through them. All my other devs can work on filler titles, Snap, Mystery Dungeons, Let's Go, etc. This project would take 5 to 6 years to complete, and I will step down as soon as it comes out to prove it can be done and to gain mad clout.
Price step down as soon as it's complete.
Huh?
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah,
he
and
step down as soon as he completes it.
Like, you can't blame me. If it's good, then y'all can praise me for like leaving. But if it's bad, then you can't blame me. I'm out. But price would be $500, which includes an SD card with enough memory to hold the game.
Wait, he's gonna sell this at $500? Is that what he just said?
That's why I'm assuming like this game is gonna be $500.
I mean, okay, continue, I guess.
No, that was it. Like, like that was it. Like, what? Just an SD card with enough memory to hold the game, like $500.
Colby's gonna make. I want them to make that type of game, like make it all gens, like whatever gens, make it all as one and stuff. And I like the whole like you gotta save the other protagonist. I like that idea. Colby, where you lost me, man, is you're gonna sell this game. He's gonna make this game, step down. Oh, by the way, you have to pay $500 for this game.
I mean, this is.
I mean, all right, man.
This sounds like more like an investment now.
Especially got 64 I don't know. I mean, he might sell it at 5. I mean, he might get sales because people are probably gonna want the game. But I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very
conflicted.
Yeah, conflicted, or I'm very hesitant. That's the word, hesitant. I'm very hesitant on if I would buy the game or not, just looking at the price. I mean, maybe the price is worth it with like. I'm gonna have to see some snippets or trailers, or like maybe he's gonna have to go to an E3 or a Direct or wherever they show Pokemon stuff at and show me something, and whether or not if I like what it's looking like, and then okay, shut up and take my $500, I guess.
Imagine it's a cinematic trailer. That's all you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
then,
yeah.
like,
He's gonna pull a Sega, and it's not gonna show anything. It's just gonna be like maybe like some like protagonist just walking in the forest, and then like it's gonna cut the black, and then he's gonna show like some sign or just like some freaking the character is gonna make like a the character is gonna I lost my train of thought. He's just gonna like walk in this path and it's gonna make a symbol that none of us are gonna understand like what the hell it's about. But main point here, yeah, he's probably gonna make something like he's gonna pull a Sega what they just did, and then like it's gonna be like release in 2025, and like the price is gonna like come up on the screen. It's gonna be like $500, and then people are gonna shit their pants.
oh, shit, better start investing right now, like $20 each week.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I just find like it could be an investment with 64 gems. Like, okay, I haven't really played Pokemon games since the Game Boy Advance era, but how long does it take to even beat one gem? Like, how many gems would even be in one game in the first place?
There's seven or eight gems in the games, right? Yes, it's either 7 or 8, but I think he's almost pulling like because in the Heart and Gold games, you can't exactly do that, but when you beat Johto, you can go to Kanto and beat all those gyms. So maybe I think it's almost like that, not exactly like that, but the idea I think I can't speak for Colby, but I think like the premise almost is just like that. Like, and then when he said something in there about the like how like the bad guys would win and stuff. Like, let's say, did he say in there where if you choose like which region you start in, or would we have to start in Kanto? Did he say anything about? Oh, I could choose any region. So let's say like I start in Kanto, and then before I could play Johto on, I'd probably have to go and like save like the protagonist there because they failed. Like Team Rocket or Galactic and all the like grunts and stuff, they all like succeeded in their plans. So before I could like actually play in any other region, I have to go to that region. From what it sounds like, I'd have to go to that region and take care of business, and or vice versa. If I want to start in like I don't know, Sinnoh or Johto before I would want to play Kanto. Dude, that just sounds weird. Red failing to stop Team Rocket is just not right at all.
Yeah, that's impossible right there.
It's not like I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just it's weird to think about. It's a different type of idea, and I think I'm on board with it. I'd like to see something like that made. I think Mr. Moyer is onto something there. I'd like to see something like that made.
All right, can you hear my dog?
What? Just a little bit.
I hate this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex is gonna go take care of his pup. He's just, oh man, we gotta love canines, ladies and gentlemen. They're just most. I always make sure my door is closed because if my husky gets it here, he'll make sure that he'll make sure that he's known that he's in the area. But
yeah,
God, you gotta love it.
This one, she's just a big fur baby. Like, she just needs attention or cuddling. But yeah, moving on from Bella's interruption. Yeah, what was I saying?
But yeah, we're on Colby's stuff still. But from what we just talked about and the stuff that you said that he sent you, I'm on board with it. 10 out of 10. The only thing that I would question if I was part of his team was, sir, why are we selling this game at $500? $500. And why are you leaving us?
Yeah, I don't know, because I'm trying to do the math for once, and that's like for 64 gems. Then if I'm doing the math correct, like what you said, 8 gems each game, and that's like 6 or 7 games worth inside one. But
right.
But if you're like put like 60 times, I'm just assuming like it's a full price game each game. I me's how it works for every home game. Where's my calculator?
I can imagine it would be a very grindy game because like there'll probably be a lot lot of shit to do in that game. If you're putting gens 1 through 5, he said it'd probably be a lot of stuff to do. Because I know, Hoenn alone, if you're going off the Emerald, is you can do a lot of shit in that game. Like you gotta stop Team Aqua, then you gotta stop Team Magma, and plus the gyms in like the Final Four, and then like the after game stuff with like the legendaries and stuff. That's all in just Hoenn itself. And I'm pretty sure Sinnoh has you got the battle tower. Is battle tower in Sinnoh? I can't remember. But my main point is that like I know Kanto, I know Gen 1, like with Fire Red and stuff, it's very, very, like, you go to 8 gyms, stop Team Rocket, beat your rival and the champion, and then it's, like, legendaries with, like, Zapdos, Articuno, and stuff. But I'm pretty sure, like, it's just all the content and, like, other than Gen 1, I guess. I think Gen 1 probably has the least stuff you could do, but just, like, there's probably going to be a lot of content, like something like that, and it could probably keep you content for hours. I know if there's a game like that, I think I would enjoy it. With there's just like how much shit I could do. And plus, like, I'm sure he could even put like stuff in post game and stuff with, wait, he already, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he already said something like that, but yeah. Main point, there'd probably be a lot of content in the game and probably a lot of hours towards the game too. So that's just another reason why I'd be on board with it. I'm surprised they haven't came out with something like that already, to be completely honest. But
well, they are trying to make money, especially when they always sell 2 versions of the game. Which, surprisingly, I'm surprised he didn't say something like that, like try to have but have 2 versions of the game come out, and you got like different kinds of Pokemon. Like, how many Pokemon can you fit in 2 games of that magnitude? And then I did the math again by 60 times 7, because I'm gonna assume that it's 7 games in this one. That's about like $420 right there, not $500. So overselling is going on. We're like an outlet, just like full on analysis for this game.
And holy shit, the Pokemon alone in a game like that, with like all the Pokemon that's already like existed, and then if you wanted to go ahead and make like new Pokemon, I don't think you'd even have to make new Pokemon because like all the Pokemon that's already out there. But if you want like, I was gonna say something about like why would it take that long to make, but I'm starting to see, like, I keep talking about it, I'm just like, yeah, that'd probably take a lot of time to make, to put the Pokemon that already existed in that game plus new ones if you wanted to. I'm not sure if that's probably, I wish he was here. I have so many questions, but overall, the idea, like I said, I like it a lot. It's a cool idea.
I know, very innovative. I was saying like at first I thought I was like, that's pretty crazy, but at the same time I was like, that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, any other points you want to talk about that whole premise of his?
Let me see if there's anything else I'd want to say. I think I reached everything that's coming to my head, like right off the top of my head. I think I've said. Other than that, no. I think I've said everything I've wanted to say on it.
Got you. All right, then. Looks like it's my turn to say what I would do as. Oh, if I was like the. Funny that it shows like the same kind of thing, except if I was like the having leadership of Nintendo. First off, well, I have actually like a list of things that I would do. First, I would lower the prices of older games, even Mario games and such, because at that point I feel like it'll be. I feel like I would still make good profit even if I had the games like with lower price, because then it'd be more available for more people to like buy and get.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is like I want to at least have the online membership have some more bang for his buck. In other words, have some non-online specific games be free to play for a certain month, and then there could be like a rotation, like what Xbox does with Game Pass and such. Like every month, like there's something at least free to play for the time being. Like, hey, like, I mean, Nintendo Online games are fun, but like I feel like some people want to play some other things.
Right.
And there's like a personal thing. Well, some of these are really personal for me, but try to buy the studios that made Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper, or make a negotiation where I win by using lawyers that Nintendo have at their disposal that are totally not Secret Service agents. Because you know, like how they're like scary ass people. But like, just try to get those two franchises, like at least getting on some Nintendo games, because I feel like they need some more outreach. And I would have a plan to have every Fire Emblem game have either a remake or an emulation that's not a limited time release to relieve stress off of people. Like pretty much not do what they did with Shadow Dragon and Blade of Light. Like I don't know, like what's the point of making it a time release thing when it's like literally $7 or $8?
Right.
I don't think it was
Yeah,
hurting
I see what you're
anybody.
saying. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, I understand about Mario 3D All Stars, but still. Oh, and for the next thing, I will remove limited time releases because, again, I find that pretty pointless. Like, again, I'm pretty sure some things like cost a lot of money to make, but there's still like certain points where it's a bit overdoing it, especially when it's such a beloved game. And oh, this is a good thing to put on later on. I will employ the person who was making the Edeca controllers, like make
Right.
that allowed again,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I still find that very crappy that they made them like, no, you can't do this like a cease and desist letter. I was like, why? It's not like they're really profiting off of you. They're just like doing this in memory of someone who really enjoyed your products. Another thing is I will let tournaments for older Smash games and such be allowed, like no cease and desist again as well. Like they're not hurting revenue nor the business because these games are like already like out of production and such. So I was like,
Yeah.
what's the point of hurting anybody? I mean, what's the point of like telling people not to play these tournaments or have these kind of games played when they already been out for a long time ago? And in fact, it would help
Right.
gain more reach to different audiences of gamers because sometimes that does work. It does help out instead of like getting uh, notoriety. Yeah. Then I will bring back the Nintendo 3DS because
Ooh.
I feel
Are
like
they still making them?
no, they stopped production. Like I tried to look on Amazon and they're like, no,
Yeah.
no more 3DS unless you want to buy them from a different
Random
people.
person?
Yeah, I was thinking like,
Yeah.
you know what? No, I want to bring back the 3DS because I don't know, they had so many good games on there, and sure, they could like emulate other games onto them. I mean, onto the Switch now, but I still feel it's kind of crappy to like take that away from people. And I don't know, I feel like it's just like an important piece for like people to enjoy. That's just me. And second last but not least, make a Fire Emblem X Legend of Zelda Warriors game.
Oh, look at crossover?
Yeah, like a crossover.
Ooh. That'd be interesting to see. Zelda and Fire Emblem? Yeah, that'd be something.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I don't know, that'd be like a dream come true to see something like that happen. Cause I don't know, I feel like they have like such a good variety of characters. Like if you were to just merge them, like have some characters interact, like I'm pretty sure like there's some personalities that could work off of each other. Though I'm not sure
Yeah.
about Link. Like they really haven't made a Link where he speaks, huh?
No, I remember times Colby and Tyler have said that he's a character like that he doesn't say much. The only time they have a voiceover or anything like that is like when he attacks and stuff. It's like hi-yas and stuff, and when he jumps. But I mean, I forgot to say something. But when we were talking about something on the lines of that in the server the other day, and I just feel like they could probably do so much more with. I mean, I'm very very. I don't have much knowledge on Link, but from just like what I know and from what Colby and Tyler have said and what you guys have said and stuff, I feel like they could do so much more. I'm pretty sure they've probably said this before. I'm not realizing it, but they could probably do so much more with Link if they actually gave him like an actual voice and gave him like a voice actor. Like they would probably. What was my mate? they could probably like weren't they gonna like make like didn't Nintendo make a deal with Netflix on something with Link, or is that something else?
I think I heard about this. They were planning on having a Legend of Zelda Netflix show, but then when people found out about the leaks and such, like Nintendo was like,
They,
"Oh, they found out. Gotta
yeah,
take it down." I'm like, "What?
yeah, they pulled the
Why?"
plug. Yeah. Maybe that was like the start of giving him a voice, or I'm not sure, but I don't know how well would have done if they would have done that. He didn't have a voice. He was just like mute, like pretty much like Bayleaf in Three Houses, like in the actual anime cutscenes. He doesn't say much. He just like his facial expressions. You get little something out of him or her. I prefer the male character, but out of him. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see, I guess. But like what I was saying, I feel like they would have so much more they could come up with if they gave Link like an actual voice and whatnot. It'd be interesting. That's another topic. That would be another interesting topic. I don't know many voice actors, but there's I forget his name. He voices who's he voice? Fuck, I forget the anime. But I have this one guy in particular in my head that I just watched an anime recently, and I feel like his voice for that character would go great. When I was watching the anime, I'm gonna have to look this up and tell you later in the Discord. But when I was watching the anime, when the character was talking stuff, I was like, wow, whoever is voicing this character could probably pull off Link really well, depending on because like I guess there's different versions of Link. Like you got like a younger one and an older one, I guess. I feel, but more importantly, like on the older one, I feel like he would be this is gonna bother me. I would look at it now, but it would take me forever to find, and we'd just be wasting time. But I'm gonna have to do research. But yeah, main point really is just like in my own opinion and what I know about Link is if they gave him an actual voice and stuff, I feel like they could the ideas are endless of what they could do. My main point here. Does Zelda have a voice actor, or is she the same with Link? Like,
No, she has a voice.
Does
But,
she? Okay.
I think in Breath of the Wild, like I think some people made a complaint or just pointing out how funny it is to hear like a very British, older voice for Zelda. I'm just thinking like, really? That's what's going on? And when I heard the voice, I was thinking like, okay, that's kind of funny just to hear.
Right. Yeah. She looks like a character. Wait, you said people like did not like. I feel like Zelda is the type of character that would have a British accent. I feel like that comes from that type of. But I mean, I guess it comes to show again, like what do I know very little about that stuff, but just looking at her character, it's like when I play Smash and stuff. If someone told me like she had like a British. Like I wouldn't put it like I would probably agree with it. She just looks like a character to me that would have like a British voice, if that makes sense, I guess.
No, I get it. I mean, I guess maybe it's just the older part, and that's probably what got to them. I'm not sure. Like, this is a weird thing for. People like to point out the weird stuff, in my opinion, at least.
Fans, and I'm one of them. Fans are just very what's the word? Very needy, and they're like is it needy or is the word spoiled? I can't. It's the mixture of the two. And if they don't if they don't see something, if they see something in a character and they don't think that it fits that character very well, and I'm pretty sure we're all guilty of this, they're gonna complain because it's me with the whole Sega ordeal. You know, I see something. Mm-hmm. And they do something completely different, and I bitch about it. We're all sure. I'm sure we're all guilty of it.
No, I get mad too. So, yeah, it happens to all of us. And I guess for the last part, well, I think that's something that some people would like, and some people would be like, "What's the point?" But I would seeing like some tweets from random people like saying like they want sequels to these kind of games. Like I would like have sequels be made for Mother, I believe that's the series called. Earthbound,
Mhm.
Golden Sun, and just pretty much like any other like sequel, other games that like people feel were had like a lot more potential or that felt like they were forgotten by Nintendo. Like that's pretty much like my final piece. Oh, and do some justice and celebrating Legend of Link and the Legend of Zelda because if I remember correctly, they didn't really do much for Legend of Zelda's was it 30th celebration or
I think was it 30? I just
17?
remember that one of the anniversaries. And I don't think they did anything because I think Tyler and Colby complained that they didn't get anything from the makers and like the people who run Zelda for one of the anniversaries. I remember specifically an
Yeah.
episode they were just like, yeah, for Zeldas we didn't get anything. So I'm
Oh,
pretty sure I don't
35th.
think they didn't. 35th anniversary. Yeah, was it? Is that
Yeah.
what it was? They didn't release anything for their 35th.
Yeah, I was
Because I
kind of
think
mad.
they were hoping for like something to be shown about the sequel to Breath of the Wild, right?
Right. Yeah, like just something, like just to like acknowledge that, Legend of Zelda exists, but no, nothing. It was just mainly well, Mario's year, and then it quickly turned into like Mario dying, like just those kind of memes. But yeah, they didn't really do much for Legend of Zelda's 35th celebration, so I was like, what the hell? That's some BS right there.
But yeah, I remember those two being quite upset they didn't get anything for that. But it just goes to show what my main point was. Like, we're all gonna complain about something that we don't like we don't get from like these gaming companies, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. And that was pretty much it for my list. How about yours, or do you have anything to say about anything that I've said?
No. Yeah, no. I don't have stuff written down and stuff, but when you told me what this episode was going to be about, I started brainstorming a little bit, and I'm spitballing here, but
It's all good.
since it's so relevant, I went with of course, if I woke up one day and I became the CEO or the lead guy of Sega, of course, I wake up and all these people in suits were just like, Sir Matthews, we need new content. We need new stuff. The fans are getting what's a good term? The fans are rioting because we're not bringing out new content. But this is what I would do if I was the lead guy of Sega here. Let me just get the obvious out of the way. I could go very deep into this because I've done it before on the Outcast. I'm not sure which episode it was, but I went deep into it because I went on a whole spiel of it. But I would, of course, let's get the obvious out of the way. I would get fucking Adventure 3 in the works. That I would get it. I would blah 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 blah. I would get it started. Because if anyone that listens, if you're a fan of the Sonic X, I guess it's an anime really that was on Jetix, but it's on Netflix and Hulu now. But if you watch it, the first season and I think it's part of the second season, they go right off of Adventure 1 and 2. Adventure 1, Sonic was battling Eggman and Chaos, and they did that entire season 1. And then Adventure 2, they introduced Shadow. They go to space, the whole arc, space colony arc. That was arc. But they do all that. The missions are very similar to an anime. And my point is, Adventure 3 in the final season of, I don't think is it the final season of X? I'm not sure. But in season 3 or 4, they introduce another arc called the Meta-X arc. And it's just there's 3 leaders of the Meta-X, and they're just like pretty much like Robo type stuff. Just go watch. I'm not going to be very good at explaining it, but just go watch it. If whoever's listening, just go watch. It's like season 3 or 4 of Sonic X. But what my point is here, I would start making Adventure 3 and making that. It's literally just like copy and pasting. Like take it from the anime and make it to a game. And just like even if you want to do some like twists of the game, you know what? Because this is like I'm the leader, I would put twists in the game because I don't think Hypersonic, like it's canon, right? But I don't think it's ever been put in the games other than the very old games. Like, I'm pretty sure you could do that somehow in the old games. I would just like the final boss of the game. I would maybe like get them the super emeralds. Like you make the player get super emeralds, find the super emeralds, and then just like make Hypersonic the final form for the final boss. I feel a lot of people would go fucking nuts for that for Adventure 3. And then like I would make it like Adventure 2 where it's like you got hero side and then just like dark side, and like the dark characters would probably be like because Shadow's in that arc too. And of course I would have to go and blah blah. Because how Adventure 2 is like at the end of Adventure 2's Shadow like falls from like, and like people think he like dies and stuff. But like after that game, of course, they made Sonic Heroes. He was in Heroes. And then like they gave him his own game and stuff, and like the whole premise is like, is it the real Shadow or is it like a fake type Shadow? But in the anime, Rouge the Bat and Eggman have this discussion where Eggman like pretty much hints at like it's the real like he's the real thing, and like he didn't actually die. Eggman found him, something along those lines. So I'd put that in the game, make sure, you know, I explain that right and not have any holes in the game. And then, what was I saying? Playable characters, right? So like Dark, Shadow, Eggman, Rouge, and then the hero side, of course, your main hero side as like any hero type theme, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails. I would maybe switch it up with like Tails play, because like for Tails, it's just like a manacle, like he's in a robot the entire time as you play as Tails. But I think maybe I would switch it up and like have levels where he's in like his mechanical controllable thing, but at the same time there would be other levels where he's not, and like you'd actually play as Tails and like you could fly with him and stuff. Then I think I'd play stages the same, where it's pretty much just like treasure hunting. Maybe instead of like pieces of the Master Emerald in this game, maybe I'll just have his levels. You're just finding Chaos Emeralds instead, or even the Super Emeralds or something like that, along those lines. And then, of course, Sonic and have that the same with Rouge. And then, like, the original Sonic and Shadow stages, where it's just, like, you're hauling ass, you're, like, ring dashing and grinding on rails and stuff. And then, I think I would have to have the story go through space at some point. But I feel like in the early game, I feel like I'd have the stages, like, still on Earth, where like everyone's trying to figure out like what the fuck's going on. And then I think it would have to be very similar to like Adventure 2, where you would start out like on Earth, and then you'd have to go at some point you'd have to go to outer space and like have your stages go through outer space. And like I've thought about this before, and I'm pretty sure that would probably be really hard. I'm pretty sure they probably had difficulties making Adventure 2 with like trying to make the levels okay with like being very limited to just like being in space. Because there's just one level in Adventure 2 called Crazy Gadget, and it's a Sonic stage. And I remember like raging so hard because that fucking stage is so hard. I had to go to YouTube and and search like walkthroughs and stuff, because that's just how like there's a lot of switches and stuff. It's just really hard. But now, hopefully I described the game, like how to make the game well. I hope I described that well. Price, what consoles it would be on? I feel like I'd probably make it as like all console, like PS4, PS5, Xbox, Xbox X, the Switch, PC, I guess. I'm trying to think of a good maybe I'll just say at the original $60. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'd probably keep it at 60, maybe a little cheaper, maybe 55, 60. But that's what I would do first, at least if I was head of Sega. I'd just get fucking Adventure 3 out, because I said this before on the Outcast too. I just don't know why they haven't done it yet, because I can't stress enough, like. If I could speak, I always forget the main guy's name, but I mean, I know I'm the main guy technically in this discussion, but I don't know if he's thought of this or not, but just like the title alone, Sonic Adventure 3 or just Adventure 3, you're getting so many, like, the game doesn't even have to be out yet, and you have so many people like me in their early 20s, or just like even maybe like you or Mason, or even kids that are just younger than me, that they're already telling themselves like, well, I'm buying this game, whether or not what it looks like or whatnot, just because the title alone is Adventure 3. And I just don't understand if like, no, this is probably said like it's said easier than done, which is totally understandable. But I would it, I would have showed more in that central presentation, and then would have remade Colors. Absolutely not. I probably would have actually remade Heroes, because I feel like that game was so loved by so many people, and if it's just like alone, just like a remake of Heroes, you're getting so many sales. I just don't see a remastered of Colors doing that well at all. I mean, I've said already, I think I said it in the Discord, if I'm wrong, if it does really well, I mean, I'll eat my words on my own podcast. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I didn't see it happening. But I truly don't see Colors in the remaster. Like, I don't see it doing that well. I don't know. But from what I've said on the recording for this Monday, from what I've saw with they call it Sonic Ranger or Sonic Zap or something. From what I've seen, I think they're on the right path, but before I actually make a judgment call, I want to see. I've been spewing on for a while now. Let's see. The whole I would make Adventure 3 like all I said. I wouldn't remaster Colors. I'd probably remaster Heroes. I'd make another. I think I'll make another. Not a sequel to Shadow the Hedgehog, but I think I'd give Shadow his own game. But I think I'd just make it like another spin-off. But I'd it's not. It wouldn't have anything to do with the actual first Shadow the Hedgehog game. It would be something completely different, like nothing related to the first one. And I think that's about it from what I can go off of. If I had to go to like a different type of like a totally different gaming company, for Call of Duty, I would come out with remakes of a remake of Black Ops 1 and 2. I'd make it come out as a bundle, but just be like complete remasters of Black Ops 1 and 2. That too. But other than that, that's all I have so far. But hopefully I explained all that well and I wasn't all over the goddamn place.
It's pretty good. And that Shadow again would be pretty fun. Just hearing him say "damn" again all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would definitely make it as edgy as the first one, or even more edgy. Because like Shadow the Hedgehog is just an edgy character, and I am here for it.
Oh yeah, I mean shit. Well, spoilers for anyone who hasn't played Shadow the Hedgehog. I mean the Shadow the Hedgehog game. Like him freaking. I'm guessing that he freaking killed Dr. Eggman with a karate chop. Like, goddamn.
Oh yeah, one of the story endings. Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, I think it was the neutral final, but yeah, he definitely just. He says goodbye, Doctor, and then he pretty much just like karate chops the shit out of him, and the screen goes black, and all you hear is Eggman yelling no. So yeah, in that type of playthrough, he definitely offs Eggman.
Oh yeah, rocked his shit right there. And with that, thank you for your giving your part. That was actually pretty fun to listen to. And yeah, they all sound pretty good. And since the main topic of this episode is done, ladies and gentlemen, if you like, you can listen on to hear this little bonus piece where I just pretty much like tell Brock about some random ass tweets that either we could agree with or disagree with. Like, however. Now this first
I'm interested to hear these. Yeah, let's get right into this.
All right. Now this first tweet, and I quote: "Some of you need to hear this. If Earthbound was an NSO, Nintendo Switch Online game, you'll play for 15 minutes, then never touch it again. How are those Zelda and Metroid replays going?"
I'm sorry?
Like this guy like trying to like put down anybody that wants Earthbound on Nintendo Switch Online. So pretty much like he's like, some of you need to hear this. If Earthbound wasn't NSO, you would play it for 15 minutes, then never touch it again. How are those Zelda and Metroid replays going? Pretty much like saying like, how often do you guys even play Zelda and Metroid? Like to even want to play them again for online games?
That's, Twitter is an interesting place, and I'm sure everyone knows that. But like, you have like these people who think that they're like these true game connoisseurs, and like they just feel like people's opinion, like for that example, this guy clearly thinks everyone's stupid for wanting this, but just like I have to laugh at the people. Like, I mean, I might be sound like a hypocrite here because I'm saying the same thing about colors, but I guess we could find ourselves being our own gaming connoisseurs on Twitter, but just like I laugh because it's just like, I don't know, people just have like this knack of thinking they just like, I don't know, it's hard, it's not hard to explain. It's just I laugh because like I find myself doing it with Sega with this recent past thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like I just went on a whole spiel on why I don't think Colors is going to be a great selling game, and they're like, and then you have like people on the other side with Tyler, it's like it's a great game, and he enjoyed the hell out of it, and he's definitely going to buy it. But it's just like, it's funny because like people in general just think they know what's best for a gaming company that they're not even a part of. Like they know better. I wish I keep forgetting the name of the guy that made Sonic, but just like, and I'm guilty of it. People just think they know like what's best and like what's gonna sell. And in reality, if any of us were thrown into that, and the creator's like, okay, you think you know what's gonna sell, and they just like throw any of us into the fire and just like get to it. And at first, how I picture it to go is I feel like at first like I'd be rattling off that like Adventure 3 idea, be rattling them off, and then they'd just be like denying them because it somehow would be impossible to make, or just like it would take forever to make. But I just feel like tweets like that are just hilarious because the guy just thinks he knows that people how would he know that people would only play it for 10 minutes? You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess funny.
Like people might love the game and play the shit out of it. They like, but yeah, just shit like that is just it's funny to me.
And let me tell you about this. Like, so this guy, John Raridan, like he's on Twitter. Like he's the director of NintendoWorldReport.com. So he pretty much like he's a video marketing professional. And I was like, if you're a professional, you should know like that wasn't very professional to be telling people like what they would, or I mean why some things wouldn't be popular to play, or like, oh, why bother having this if you're not gonna play it for like more than 15 minutes. And then I looked at that tweet later on, and then like I saw one of his own replies saying, well, this tweet turned out terribly, a lot of negative reception, gonna mute this now, and just gonna say, just kidding, everybody, have a good night. I was like, you freaking coward. Like everyone else was calling him a coward.
Oh man, I feel like this might be completely off. I mean, I'm not sure if it'd be. What I was gonna say was, looking at like Nintendo and then looking at like Sega. I feel like Nintendo has like a little bit more rope to what's the word I'm looking for? Experiment, because like they haven't. I can't remember the last time Nintendo with a game fucked up so bad where they got so much backlash with like worse. Because I feel like Sega with their fans, they're on with Sonic wise. I feel like they're on a tightrope with their fans because like of the dog piles of poo they've put out in the past years. Where Nintendo, I feel like they have a little bit more room to experiment with because like they've dropped just like good shit like constantly. I'm trying to think of an example. Like I don't know, because I mean, thinking of their mascot like with Mario and then like with Sonic, I mean, I guess I'm trying to think who would have like the more leverage to like experiment it with. I'd feel like Sega would have a lot more to experiment with than Nintendo does with Mario, because like um I mean, for God's sake, they gave Sonic a sword in Black Knight, and then like I don't think Mario has had a playthrough. I mean, they gave Mario like he has Flood, and then he has what's the hat's name in Odyssey?
Happy?
Odyssey. Hat. Yeah, and then because like and then like switching those things, like giving Mario a sword and then like giving Sonic a hat. I mean, like it just saying it's a little weird, but I'm not even sure how I got here, but over just my main point here is not Sega, Nintendo, in my own opinion, I guess just has a lot more leeway with their fans than Sega does at the time. Hopefully it changes with Sega. Hopefully this new game, hopefully it does fantastic. Hopefully it hits their stride and it's everything that I wanted and the entire fan base wanted. And hopefully they get on the right path with this new game that they're coming out with. And can't stress enough, hopefully it's everyone's wants. So
Hopefully. Now for this next tweet, and this is just more like it was just, I just found like a very funny title. Game Informer says a joint Xbox Bethesda E3 2021 showcase is confirmed by Microsoft's Matt Booty. And as you can guess,
Matt Booty.
Yeah, as you can guess, everybody's comments were just, I mean, a lot of people's comments were just like, he said booty. I was like, my God, like, I don't know, just having that last name, like, I would change that as soon as possible, but it's just, leave it as it is, because it's like the funniest thing ever. It's just like about, Bowser being in charge of Nintendo. I believe that's what's going on, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know much. Wait, what did he tweet again? What was the tweet?
That was it. It's just like that funny title, just because like the last name Booty. But yeah, joint Xbox Bethesda E3 2021 showcase is confirmed by Microsoft's Matt Booty. And
his last name is Booty. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
If I was Matt, if I was Mr. Booty, I would be Mr. Booty. I would be going to court or whatever you have to do to get your last name changed. If I was a professional for Nintendo or wherever his profession is, I would not want the last name Booty. How can you take him seriously, like any meetings? Like it's his turn to like throw a pitch or just like or anything. It's just like they point at him. They're just like, okay, Mr. Booty, go. I mean, if I was in that, I mean, it's just, I guess, I mean, it's just me, and it's just, I guess I'm not professional and mature enough to be in a meeting room like that, or I don't know. If I just think these serious faces around this long ass rectangular table, and like someone points, okay, Mr. Booty, you're up. I'm sorry, you're gonna hear a chuckle out of me, but I mean, that entire family, especially in high school and just school, I'm sure they had a hard time with that type of last name. You know what I mean? I mean, God forbid. God
because Booty
what?
Present.
Yeah. Mr. Booty and all the kids are just literally laughing throughout the entire classroom, and I'm sure that kid probably had to go to therapy. All those kids, the parents, grandparents, or whoever's family started this Booty last name, I'm sure they had to go through therapy with the last name Booty, because I'm sure. I don't like. How do you not like? How does someone not just like giggle just a little bit with someone just like, okay, Mr. Booty, go ahead. I mean, maybe it's just because I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I would be, if I was a talkative like if I was a spokesperson, whatever his profession is for Nintendo or any gaming company for that matter, I'd be like, okay, I need to get my last name changed to something more professional because I don't want to be presenting something like actually on stage in front of the audience or something, and just someone going, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Booty," and everyone just like starts because that's got to be traumatic. Like, let's say like he's actually at like some E3 or something or on stage presenting something for Nintendo or any gaming company, and like that happens, and like you actually hear giggles in that audience. I'm sorry, that's gotta be like automatic therapy. Just that you can make that out of an anime arc. Just like this kid just fucking struggles with his last name because his last name's Booty, and just like the climax is like he finally goes to therapy and gets his last name changed, and then just like the rest of the story is just like how he's like, you know, he's doing better with his last name and everything. But yeah.
Imagine Bane was talking to Batman, but like by calling him out by his last name, like, "Well, hello, Mr. Booty. So here we are." Like just like taking that kind of scene would be completely different.
Dude, it would take all seriousness out of the situation and make it comedy, like just like automatic.
Definitely. And for this last tweet, it has nothing to do with gaming. It's just some funny ass shit I just want to say before like we end this episode. So this random person, I'm not gonna put out the name because I feel bad just in general. Because and I quote.
Wait, do we know this person?
Huh? What?
Do we know that? Nothing. Go ahead. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, and I quote. I remember I once heard the phrase "beat your meat" when I was 12 and heard it felt good. So when I was alone, I punched my balls as hard as I could, then cried for an hour and threw up on the floor. And then they have Jimmy Neutron's dad making the weird eye look, and it's like, "We all make mistakes in the heat of passion, Jimbo."
That's just complete stupid. I once heard the phrase "beat my meat" when I was 12, so I decided to beat the living shit out of my nuts. Okay. All right, then go off, King, I guess. Oh my goodness.
How bad the pain has to be? Yeah, throw up.
Yeah, literally, just to throw up, you gotta be literally beating the living shit out of yourself. Literally, like you gotta be full. Like I would be scared at the age of 12 to like hit myself in that area that hard. Like
right, and like now they decided like just one punch, like just that one forceful punch, and that was it. Like they were done.
Damn. Like what? And I mean, when I was at the age of 12, and was that phase even around? Like, how does a 12-year-old even like know what? Like, I feel like if someone said like beat my meat when I was 12, I feel like I would have been like, why are you punching like actual meat? Like, why are you doing that? Like,
right.
I feel like my 12-year-old self, it would have went right over my head, and I would be like, why is this guy punching meat? But this when he was 12, apparently he was just like, you guys actually do that? And he goes ahead and fucking starts being his junk for some, and to the point where he's gotta like go to the toilet and fucking vomit because he's beating himself that hard. Like, I don't think. That's just it's fun. It's funny, I guess. Just so
he's built different.
Yeah,
he's built different.
He's literally built different. Oh my goodness, you people! I swear, I feel like sometimes I do idiotic things, but this just like blows it out of the water. Like, why? Like, do yourself a favor and don't just stop. What's that one meme? That Michael Jordan meme or video? It's just like, stop. Don't do that. Help. Get help. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. We're not going to share his name, but pal, if you're somehow listening to this and what I'm saying right now, why don't do that to yourself? Just what are you doing? Come on now. Be better. Be better.
Don't hurt yourself. And that will be the ender for this episode. Brock, want to do your plug-in?
Yeah, sure. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested I have my own podcast called the Outcast Podcast. It streams on all platforms, mainly Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You could follow. I'm sure if you guys are following these guys, I'm sure you saw me interact with them on Twitter or anything. But if you want to follow us, the Outcast on Twitter, it's at the Outcast Pod, and then we have a Discord server ourselves called the Outcast Discord server. If you want to follow me on Twitter or anything, I'm pretty sure the only difference between my Instagram and a Twitter account is my Twitter is at Brock Matthews 31, and then my Instagram is at Brock. There's an underscore there after Brock. It's at Brock _ Matthews 31, and other than that, yeah. And then make sure you guys just for this podcast, make sure you guys leave if you guys want to leave a little comment, 5-star rating, that'd be great. I'm sure Alex would love that. But yeah, that's about it for me.
All right, and yeah, thank you for joining me on this random episode for today. I'm gonna try to put it out as quickly as possible, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I definitely got to do more of those kind of Twitter comment reviews kind of things. Like that was just fun to do overall.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
And yeah, just follow Brock on Twitter, follow his podcast, listen to his podcast, and yeah, like you can be listening to this podcast as well. Like on anything you like, listen to podcasts on. Mason and I have Twitter, so we'll be available. I'll put all that stuff in the description for everybody. And without further ado, don't beat your meat, literally, and have a good day / night. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Yeah, it is. It is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. But yeah, like Alex said, if you learned anything from this episode, is don't hit yourself in the nuts, for fuck's sakes. But yeah, peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah, don't beat your meat, or else it'll be a literal Memorial Day for your nuts. Good night.
See you guys.